Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you all can see the screen, hear my voice very clearly. Everything is 100% fine, right? Is everything 100% fine?
Everything is 100% fine.
Yes. Yes, Nila is over here. Good morning, Nila. I hope you can hear me properly. Yes, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Am I right? Then give me hearts on the screen, and we are beginning with this new chapter that is strategies for enhancement of food production, that is management of farms and animal husbandry. Yes. And today our topic is management of farms and animal husbandry. Yes, Rojana. Good morning. This is an amazing Telegram group at BioPoint New where we conduct regular discussion, polls, quizzes, updates on our classes, and OMR examination. So don't forget, those who haven't yet joined our Telegram group, don't forget to join our wonderful but a small Telegram group family at BioPoint New. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our wonderful channel of BioPoint Neat. Okay, which is exclusively for biology. This is a chapter that we are going to discuss today, that is strategies for the enhancement of food production. So without wasting, we are moving on with this chapter, strategies for the enhancement of food production. And the first topic that we are going to deal with here is the animal husbandry. Okay. So what do you mean by animal husbandry? What is actually the term animal husbandry refers to? Animal husbandry is the scientific agricultural practice of breeding and raising the livestock. What all that includes a livestock? It can be the cattle, buffalo, cow, pig, horses, cattle, sheep, camels, goat, poultry farming, fisheries. All these can be a mode of livestock farming, right? Because all these things help us to earn our living, right? To have an earning life we'll get from all these things. Cattle, you will get the milk. Poultry, you will get the egg, meat, etc. Fisheries, also you will get the fishes. So these are the livestock animals, and this animal husbandry. Animal husbandry means it is a scientific and agricultural practice of breeding and raising the livestock animals. You will call it as animal husbandry. Next is 70 percentage, more than 70 percentage of the livestock population is in India and China. More than 70 percentage of the livestock animals or livestock population is in India and China. But the contribution to the world farm produce is only 25 percentage. In the last mega botany strategy, I have told you this chapter you have to expect direct questions from NCRT, two questions maximum from this chapter. Two questions, 8 marks from this chapter is a must for every year. Okay, it will not change, and those questions will be directly taken out from the NCRT. No out of NCRT question. At least if you check at the previous 10 years paper of biology question paper from this chapter, you will never ever see at least one question out of this NCRT textbook from this chapter. Okay, so these questions come from directly NCRT based. Cut copy questions are going to come. But the contribution to the world farm produces is only 25 percentage. That is, the productivity is very low. Okay, so the productivity is very low, and hence new technology should be applied to improve quality and productivity of these animals, farms, etc. Okay, First is dairy farm management. First, we are going to discuss about the dairy farm management or dairying. What do you mean by dairy product? Dairy product milk means what? Milk and milk products. Exactly, you know this, it's very clear. Milk and milk products, you will call it as the dairy products. Milk and milk products, you will call it as the dairy product. So dairy farm management, it is a management of animals for increasing the yield and quality of milk and its product. Milk yielding depends on the quality of breeds in a farm. Milk yield depends on the quality of breeds in a farm. So dairy farm management or dairying, it is the management of animals for increasing the yield and the quality of milk and its products. The milk yield depends upon the quality of breeds in the farm, that is on the basis of the male and the female animals present which are used for the dairy farm management. And it is very important to select good breeds having high yielding potential and resistance to diseases. So it's very important that we select the breeds of animals that are having a high yielding potential and resistance to diseases. So what all are the things that is coming under dairying or dairy farm management? It is the management of animals for increasing the yield and the quality of milk and its products. The milk yield depends on the quality of breeds in the farm, and it's very important that we select animals or the breeds that are having a high yielding potential and resistance to diseases. Clear? Next is the way of yielding potential. How can we yield more productivity? How can we increase the productivity from these farms is the next topic. First thing, that is, you have to look after the cattle. Look after the cattle. That is, you have to give a well housing, give adequate water, and maintain a disease-free environment for all the animals or all the organisms made over there which you are using for the dairy management. And here it is a cattle, so well housing of the cattle, adequate water facilities should be made available, and maintaining of disease-free area is also important for dairy management. That is the first way how you can contribute to increase the yield or productivity. Second one is the feeding of the cattle. The feeding of the cattle should be done in a scientific manner. The feeding of the cattle should be done in a scientific manner with specific emphasis on the quality and quantity of the fodder. Instead of simply giving out the grasses, then certain things to drink, no, it's nothing. You have to plan their diet also exactly like a balanced diet in case of humans. We should have a scientific planning on the quality and quantity of the fodder or the food that we use it for the cattle. The third one is the stringent cleanliness and hygiene of the cattle. This cleanliness and hygienic surrounding is 100% important thing which can make a high yielding or a high productive farm management. So this stringent cleanliness or the hygiene should be done not only in the surroundings of your cattle farm, but also it should be done when you are handling the milk. When you are milking the cow, one, the storage of the milk, it should also be in a clean container. Transport of the milk should also be done. Milk and its products should also be done in a very clean and stringent hygienic surrounding. Clear? Yes. So from these areas you won't expect any question, but just read it out, because they can ask you a question like which of the following statements or which of the following ways by which you can yield the potential of a dairying or a dairy farm management. A statement based question may come, but after reading the option definitely you will be able to understand which is the correct answer, because these are all simple things. Next is, how to ensure the stringent measures or the strict measures, how to ensure that we are managing the dairy farm in a very clean and a hygienic manner. First one, regular inspections to identify and rectify the problem. So there should be regular inspection from the concerned authorities to identify and to rectify if there is any problem with management. Then there should be a regular visits by a veterinary doctor. Veterinary doctor should have a regular visits on the farm, and a farm, whenever you are making out a dairy farm, there should have you should have to concern with a veterinary doctor whom you can assure that he would come to your farm at all weeks. Okay, so how to ensure these stringent measures? So first one is a regular inspection to identify and rectify the problem. Second one is a regular visits by a veterinary doctor. That is all about the what? That is all about the dairy farming. That is all about the dairy farming. Next is the poultry farm management. Poultry farm management is the next topic. What do you mean by poultry? Poultry means it is a domesticated birds which are used either for food or as egg. What is the food? Food means meat. You're using chicken, right? Chicken is an example for a meat which is obtained from a poultry farm, right? So what do you mean by actually poultry? Poultry is a domesticated birds which are used for food and egg. For example, you will have the chicken, ducks, turkey, geese, etc. Chicken, ducks, turkey, geese, etc. You can see that these all are examples of poultry. Simply, you can call them as poultry. You know what is chicken? Hen. Ducks, you know. Turkey also. What is the speciality of turkey? Turkey, it is actually a parthenogenic organism. Am I right? Parthenogenetic organism. We studied in 12th standard first chapter. Turkey, lizards, some lizards. All these are what? Parthenogenetic organisms. And next is a goose. So these are different kinds of poultries or the domesticated birds which are used for food or egg. Again, here also we have to study what are the different components that are necessary. What are the different components that are necessary for providing a good maintenance of the poultry farm. So how can we manage the poultry? First is you have to select or selection of a disease-free and suitable breeds. Point number one, selection of a disease-free and a suitable breeds. Second one, proper and safe farm condition. Proper and safe farm condition. Third one, proper feed and water. And fourth one, you will have the hygiene and health care. So disease selection of disease-free and suitable breeds, proper and safe farm condition. Third one, proper feed and water. And fourth one, hygiene and health care. Exactly how you are providing a exactly on how you are providing a good care for a human being like you. We have to provide that much of importance for an animal or a bird or whatever it may be also. Okay, because all these are the parts of our ecosystem or our biodiversity. Guys, can you all hear me? 1 second. Let me check. I could not see your chats. Yes, Calvin, good morning. I was not having a device to check out your chats. That's why I just closed it. Are you all getting the point? Yes? Thank you so much. Back to the class then. So these are the different management of or components for the poultry farm management. So first one, poultry farm management, you have the improved breed of chicken, that is a leghorn. Important MCQ. One of the important MCQ for your exam. Important MCQ. Improved breed of chicken, you will call it as Leghorn. Okay, Leghorn images are shown below. That's a single one, nothing to trick about it, you have to by heart it. Improved breed of chicken, Leghorn. Next, about the animal breeding. Till now we were discussing about the animal husbandry. As a part, we were discussing about the farm, management of farms. And now coming on to animal breeding methods. What is actually a breed? What do you mean by a breed? A breed is a group of organism which is related by descent and similar general appearance, features, size, etc. So a breed is a group of animals or organisms which are related by descent and similar general appearance and features. Also size. Clear? Breeding is a modification. Breeding is the modification of the genotype of an organism. Breeding is a modification of genotype of an organism to make that the organisms are more useful to humans. Breeding is a modification of the genotype of an organism. What do you mean by genotype? The genetic constitution. And what do you mean by phenotype? We'll discuss about all these things in the chapter genetics and molecular basis of inheritance. Clear? Genotypes, genetic constitution, phenotype, physical constitution. That is how it can be appear. You will call it as a phenotype. Genotype means the internal constitution. So breeding means breeding actually changes the genotype of that particular organism, making it more useful to human being. For example, again important term, you have jersey. Not the one which is worn by the football players or cricket players. Okay. Jersey is an improved cattle breed. This is an example. This is the image of jersey. Then we have already told you that is Leghorn, which is an improved chicken breed. This is the Leghorn. Jersey and the Leghorn. Guys, very important one, very important MCQ question. Types of breeding can be divided, or breeding can be mainly divided into two: inbreeding and outbreeding. Mainly they can be divided into inbreeding, and second one it is the outbreeding. And why is the aim of this breeding? It is to increase and improve the yield and desirable qualities of the animals. So that is the important aim for breeding of animals. Give me hearts on the screen if you're understanding up to here. Up to the different types of breeding, that is inbreeding and outbreeding. Look how much we have. We have reached only 14. We have 32 slides in altogether. Yes. So discussing with the first term, that is inbreeding. Discussing with the first term, that is inbreeding. It is the mating. It is the mating of more closely related individuals which are within the same breed for 4 to 6 generations. Inbreeding, we have studied in the second chapter of class 12. I have not taught you, but you might have studied in your school classes. That is inbreeding depression. Continuous self-pollination in a flower can cause inbreeding depression. Am I right? Continuous self-pollination can cause inbreeding depression. Right. So exactly like this, inbreeding over in animal husbandry or animal breeding, it is the mating of two or more closely related species of organisms. Closely related organisms which are within the same breed continuously for 4 to 6 generations. This can also leads to inbreeding depression, which we will come across. The breeding strategy. How can you plan a strategy? In this chapter, we are fully discussing about what are all the strategies. So we have discussed the strategies of how to maintain a cattle farm, how to maintain a poultry farm, all these things. There's different strategies we have mentioned. So when it comes to breeding purposes, what is a strategy? You have to identify and make the superior males and the females of the same breed. Males and the female parent should be of the high yielding or production variety. You have to evaluate the progeny obtained and identify superior males and females among them for further mating. So in a cattle, a superior female, that is a cow or a buffalo, produces more milk per lactation. A superior male bull gives rise to superior progeny. So male superior bull So male superior bull, you will call it as elite bull. Okay, elite bull. Don't confuse male. It's not male cow. It is male bull. You will call the male cow as a bull. Clear? Yes. Next is what are the advantages? All have advantages and disadvantages, right? So first is the advantages. Advantages means it increases the homozygosity. What do you mean by homozygosity? This is one organism, one offspring form. The another organism or the offspring will be similar to itself. For example, when it comes into case of amoeba, this will divide into two daughter cells which will be called as what? Which will be called as the clones, because they are morphologically and genetically similar. Right, exactly like this. Inbreeding helps to increase the homozygosity, to evolve a pure line variety. It also exposes the harmful recessive gene. It also exposes the harmful recessive genes that are eliminated by selection. Okay, so inbreeding destroys or what takes over the harmful recessive genes. It will exposes the harmful recessive genes and they are eliminated by selection method. It helps in the accumulation of the superior gene. Suppose if this parent A is high yielding, high milk producing, and the parent B is highly meat yielding. Okay, this is female and this is male. Male bull is highly meat yielding and female is highly milk yielding. Okay, so if you are crossing or breeding between these two, you will get an offspring named C, which will be having more milk, which will be producing more milk and more meat also if it is a female. Okay, so superior genes accumulation happens and the elimination of the less desirable genes, which increases the productivity of the inbred population. Next is the inbreeding depression. Inbreeding depression, I have already told you. Guys, please note about this breeding. You will get statement questions from the previous slides. This slide also very important, at least 10-15 times repeated MCQ. So I am again telling you only NCRT for this chapter. If there is any kind of extra questions, I will make you do in the form of MCQs. Not lectures, in the form of MCQs, I'll make you do it. Okay, if I'm telling you to refer any other books, you will keep on going into the depths and depths and depths and depths. Then you will not have anything to learn when you go for, if you take this particular strategies, what? Agricultural something after you need, what? You won't have anything. If I will give you any material for your further reference, you will keep on going further. You will search it upon like there is something inside it and you will go on and go digging up and digging up. You will go inside, deep inside the topic, which is actually a waste of time. We don't have even a microseconds to waste in our life now. So, inbreeding depression, it is a depression of the fertility and productivity due to continuous inbreeding. In case of plants, due to continuous self-pollination. How to solve this problem? The mate related animals with unrelated, okay, selected animals, female should be mated with unrelated superior animal. Unrelated breeds you have to mate it with. Clear? Clear? Look, guys, if inbreeding depression happens, what happens? Look, a recessive gene is expressed. And finally, this organism will be sterile also. That is, it won't be capable of producing a further offspring. So you have to select a particular animal. That is, particularly you will be selecting a female only. And after that, you have to mate it with unrelated superior variety of the other species. Next is the outbreeding. It is a breeding of the unrelated animals. So inbreeding means mating of the related species. Outbreeding means mating of the unrelated species. So there are mainly three types of outbreeding, that is outcrossing, crossbreeding Interspecific hybridization. What are they? Outcrossing, crossbreeding, interspecific hybridization. Okay, outcrossing, crossbreeding, interspecific hybridization. How many slides are left out? Yes, look, 1832. Are you all understanding? Can we move with the outbreeding? First one, outcrossing, on the chat box. Yes, Shraddha, no issues. I hope you will understand because it's one of the simplest chapter. Simplest chapter. Getting the point. Is it clear? I'm not receiving your chats. You can see on the screen. Are you getting? Yes. Thank you so much. Back. So we are going to discuss about the three different types of outbreeding. First one is the outcrossing. Outcrossing is the mating of animals with the same breed. Guys, please listen very carefully. Outcrossing. Direct MCQ from your NCRT, this chapter. So these outcrossing, inbreeding, everything was previous year questions. Then I sent you the question, you will be able to make it clear. So it is a mating of animals within the same breed but having no common ancestors for the past 4 to 6 generation. Okay, what do you mean by outcrossing? It should be the mating of the same breed. Okay, two organisms or the two animals of the same breed, but it should not have any kind of a common ancestor for the past 4 to 6 generation. 4 to 6 generation, there should not be any common ancestors, but it should be the mating between two same breed but having no common ancestors. The offspring of such a mating is known as an outcross. So what is an outcross? The offspring formed as a result of the mating of animals between the same breed which have no common ancestor for the past 4 to 6 generation. You will call it as the outcross. What are the advantages of outcross? It is the best method for animals having a low milk productivity and growth rate in beef, cattle, etc., in which you can increase its productivity. It helps to overcome the inbreeding depression. So all these outcrossing methods or outbreeding methods are different kinds how we can prevent the inbreeding depression. In plants also you have certain kinds of inbreeding depression. We will be studying about it in the further classes. Clear? Advantages of outcrossing. Definition. Advantages, the product you will call it as the outcross. Next is the crossbreeding. What do you mean by crossbreeding? Superior males of one breed are mated with the superior females of another breed. So if A belongs to the breed X, then the B should belongs to the breed Y. Okay, so two animals, mating of two different animals belonging to different breeds. So here you will get a desirable qualities of two different breeds are combined together. You have to study this example, very important examples of crossbreeding animals. Bicanary eaves, merino rams, you will get the product as Hisardale. Very important. This is the question which can be asked for the previous year also. You can see Hisardale, which is a sheep which is developed in Punjab by the crossbreeding of Bicanary eaves and merino rams. Clear? Bicanary eaves and merino rams. They will be asking you Hisardale is a product of, then the option you have to eaves and ram, that is a Bicanary eaves and the merino rams. Or they will be asking you Hisardale is an example of which kinds of outbreeding. Your answer should be crossbreeding. Clear? The progeny hybrid animals may be used for commercial production or may be subjected to inbreeding and selection of a stable and a superior variety. So this slide definition is important. Example Hisardale, merino rams and Bicanary eaves is very important. Third one, very important, at least 50 times previous year MCQ question. Interspecific hybridization. It is a mating of the male and the female animals of two different species also. Two different species. For example, mating between a horse and the donkey would give you a mule. Lion and a tiger. Liger, tiger and a lion, tiger, all these things, right? So mating between two different animals or two different species of animals, you will call it as a interspecific hybridization. The progeny may be desirable feature of both the parents and the offspring, but it will be definitely be a sterile organism. For example, mule, which is a combination of male ass and the female horse. Previous year MCQ question. Very important, you have to identify which is the male, which is the female parent. Male ass and the female is the horse. If you select as horse as the male and the donkey as the female, then you will get a product of another kind and you will have another name for that. Example, liger and tiger, right? So definitely you have to study which is the male ass and the female horse. Mule, which is an example of interspecific hybridization. Yes, was checking because tomorrow I could start with plant breeding so that we could complete it in within 2 more classes. That's why I'm again checking over it. Guys, are you ready to continue with it? Yes. I hope you are not feeling bored because there is nothing so confusing over here in this chapter. Can I move forward up to till I finish this 32 slides? We have 10 more. Or else our dates will getting what? Pulled forward or forwarded our dates, which will affect actually, finally it will affect which chapters genetics and what? Molecular basis. Yesterday's class also watched microbes. I have already mentioned that we will be taking molecular basis and genetics on December 1st week itself, starting over in December 1st week. And before that, I have to complete with the other all the chapters of class 12th and leaving only that 3 chapters. Okay, so after this, you will have the human health and disease. Human health and disease would be a next chapter after the strategies, which would be of the same unit. After that, I'll be taking off with the biotechnology, which is one of the most important chapters. Okay. So, Neet 2020 attended students, they might be knowing, I haven't shown you certain images, moving images only, some kind of GIFs only when I just taught you the chapter of biotechnology, but this time I can show you certain videos also related with the polymerase chain. Different things are there. I'm not making you confused. So first is the controlled breeding experiments. First one is the artificial insemination. The semen collected from a male parent is injected into the reproductive tract of the selected female parent. The semen is immediately used or it is used as a frozen in later. Frozen semen can be transported also. Success rate of crossing is very low even though artificial insemination is carried out. Even though we are artificially inseminating, the success rate is very low. Because the sperms, we are actually storing it for many days and then only introducing. If we have to transport a particular sperm of an elite bull which is from Kerala to Kashmir, it might take a long time. Okay, so by this time the success rate depends. I'm not telling that it will not be successful. It can be successful in certain cases, but it depends upon the viability of these sperms. Next important one, those who are freshly preparing for your 12th standard board exam, 5-mark question, essay question. 5-mark question, MOET, multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. Multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology might 5-mark question for your board exam and a specific 100% guaranteed plus 4 marks question for your Neet 2021 exam also. Clear? Can we move with it? So, this is a program which is held for improvement of the herd. It improves the chances of successful production of hybrid. It improves the chances of successful production of the hybrid. So, study this full form, that is a multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. We are studying about the particular detail about how we can proceed with this multiple ovulation and embryo transfer technology. So, procedure, a cow is at cow, you know, it is a female, right? No need to specify it. Is administered with hormones such as FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. You know the full form, follicle stimulating hormone, like activity to induce the follicular maturation and the super ovulation. Generally, we know that in case of human females also, what happens? 1 month, one menstrual cycle, one ovary, either left or right ovary alternatively will produce the ovum, right? And how many ovum will be produced? One. But when in case of moit, that is a multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology, the cow or the female parent is administered with FSH like hormone or follicle stimulating hormone to induce more production of follicles or super ovulation. That is, instead of one, it will produce 6 to 8 eggs per cycle. 6 to 8 egg per cycle it will produce. Next is, the animal is either mated with a bull or it is artificially inseminated. Either you can do either the two, because you have administered it with the follicle stimulating hormone for super ovulation. So it can either be mated with a bull or it can be an artificially inseminated. Then the fertilized egg at the 8 to 32 celled stage. So when the fertilized egg reaches the 8 to 32 celled stage, they are removed non-surgically and they are transferred to surrogate mother. So guys, this is, I'm giving you a homework for all those who are watching the lecture, those who are going to watch it in the YouTube after the class also. This is a homework. Tell me on the comment section the definition for a surrogate mother. On the comment section. Okay, surrogate mother. You have to tell me the definition. So when the egg reaches fertilization, after fertilization, when it reaches a 8 to 32 celled embryo stage, what happens? They are removed non-surgically and they are removed onto the surrogate mother. Moit has been demonstrated for cattle, sheep, rabbit, buffalo, mare, all these things. High yielding breeds and high quality lean meat with less cholesterol content of meat yielding bulls have been bred to increase the herd size in a short time. Done, everyone? Will you all comment me the answer on the comment section after the class is over? I hope it would be visible to you only after the class is over. Right, everyone? Take care. So, definition for surrogate mother. Next one. So, we have studied about animal breeding, poultry farm management. Next is the beef keeping, or you will call it as the apiculture. CBSE preparing students for 2021 exam. Apiculture CBSE 2020 biology paper, 3-mark question. 3-mark question. And guys, if there is anybody who is preparing, I don't know whether you are concentrating on your 12th standard or not. Freshers of 2021 especially, those who are preparing for your 12th standard exam, can please tell me on the Telegram. Okay, because I have certain last 26 years, last 15 years, different publication books are over here for physics, chemistry, biology, and maths. So I hope I could send you the PDF and make utilize of that. Fresh books in my hand. Okay. Okay. So if anybody needs that, you can. If you have any relatives also studying in 12th standard whom you want to share it with, you can ask me. I'll share it with you. Okay. Year by year, I'll make it. So beekeeping, which is the beekeeping procedure, you will call it as the apiculture. Guys, one more homework. The growing of Ornamental fruits and flowers. Vegetables, ornamental flowers, fruits, vegetables, etc. You will call it as what? A branch of biology. So this is actually a branch of biology that deals with the study of ornamental flowers, fruits, and vegetable management. Comment me the answer on the comment section after the class is over. Homework. So, two homework: surrogate mother definition number 1, and number 2, you have to comment me ornamental flower study, fruit study, and vegetable. All these comes under the same. Okay, same one. What is the answer? So, here you have been studying about beekeeping, which is the apiculture. It is a maintenance of hives of honeybee. This is how, guys, the hives are set. Mostly we can see it in the northern parts of India to produce the honey and the beeswax. The most common species that can be reared is the Apis indica. Very important. Most commonly reared species of honeybee is the Apis indica. MCQ question. The products of honeybee, MCQ question. Guys, this chapter is actually very simple. You will get direct questions. Okay, but the thing is that you will get it confused after seeing such a simple option. You will get it confused about it. So honey is a food which is of high nutritive and medicinal value, and the bee wax is used to produce the cosmetics and polishes. Previous year MCQ question. Apart from animals, mostly questions comes from plant also. Yes, beekeeping can be practiced in an area having sufficient bee pastures or some wild shrubs, fruit orchards, and cultivated crops. This was a 3-mark question for CBSE Board 2020 biology. What is apiculture? What are the different products that we get from honeybee? Suggest the area where you can find or you can manage apiculture. So, in the pastures or some wild shrubs, fruit orchards, and cultivated crops. They asked you to write the names of 2 or 3 cultivated crops also. Okay, why beehives are kept in amongst the cultivated crops, fruit orchards, and the wild shrubs? Because the bees act as a source of pollinators also. So, insect endomophilous flowers. That's okay. The insect pollinated flowers should be planted over there. The important points which are successful beekeeping, important points that you have to consider for a successful beekeeping. You have to identify you must have a knowledge of the nature and habit of the bees. When is it going, which is the male bee, which is the female bee, in which area would we can make it available, in which all plants you have to make it, in which season it is going to getting breed, in which season it is going to build a hive. All these things you have to identify. You have to have a sufficient knowledge about all these things. Selection of a suitable location, as I have already told you, amongst the crops, wild orchards, shrubs, etc. Catching and hiving of these swarms. What do you mean by swarms? A group of bees, you will call it as these swarms. So you might have a well-known idea about how to catch the bee. Management of beehives during different season. When it is cold, how you are going to manage it. When it is very hot, how you are going to manage it. All these things. Handling and collection of honey and bee wax. How you are going to make the products useful in a hygienic manner. That's also very important. Clear? Clear, everyone? Done. Next is the beekeeping. Bee act as the pollinators. Very beautiful image. Right? Those who like this image, right now, give me hearts on the screen. What a sweet image on the screen, right? This is how actually pollination is going to occur by the bees. The pollen grains will remain attached to their skins, their body, their legs, everything. When they come and sit like this, actually they're dropping out the pollens directly into the stigma of the flower. Okay, so this was the answer for the question that was asked for CBSE 20. Sunflower, brassica, apple, pear, because the pea act as a pollinator. So you can plant sunflower, brassica, apple, pear, all these things also you can plant amongst the apiculture. So you will have in the environmental issues, we have studied about one particular person. right? Ramesh Chandra Dagar, we studied about it, right? He conducted different things at a particular instant itself. Diary management, then management of bees, diary, all these things. He used the similar products, a waste product of one used in the form of others. So management of bee is like this. Last one is the fishery. Fishery is an industry of catching, processing, or selling fish, shellfish, or any other aquatic animals, prawn, crab, lobster, edible oyster. How many of you have what are missing all these things right now, or in your area you're getting all these fish items? Yes, for the past few months in our area there is no kind of fishes, nothing, nothing. Only this lobster would be there, prawn would be there sometimes. No kinds of fishes are over here. Okay, so very important slide. Take a screenshot. I hope Shraddha is watching this and she will make a screenshot for this. Freshwater fishes, marine fishes. 2020 Neet question. Not 2020 Neet question, 2020 CBSE board question. Name a freshwater fish. Actually, guys, in your NCRT, they will just mention about this only. They will not get be going to give it so much important. But this was a CBSE asked question. The freshwater fishes: catla, rohu, common carp; marine fishes: hilsa, sundails, mackerel, pomfrets. All these things. Okay, so these all are examples of the freshwater fishes and the marine fishes. So the in case of milk, you will have white revolution. Milk, dairy management, you will have the white revolution. In case of wheat, you will have the green revolution. In case of fishes, you will have the blue revolution. Anybody needs that? In case of wheat, you will have the green revolution, which is to increase its productivity, increase its availability, all these things. In case of milk, you will have the white revolution. And in case of fish, you will have the blue revolution for development and flourishing of the fishing industry. Because fisheries provide income and employment to millions of fishermen and farmers. Aquaculture, farming of aquatic organism, and pisciculture, farming of fishes, are the two techniques. MCQ question for your exam. MCQ question, previous year NEET question also. Clear everyone? Everyone clear about this, about the fisheries? So that marks the end of animal breeding, management of farms, and animal husbandry. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next class with supremely amazing, the second part of this chapter. Bye bye, guys. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye.